Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel where it is my opinion or no opinion at all. Scottalicious McFabulous here, and I hope that you are feeling Percy.
Give me my times. Give me my times.
And today we are going to be talking about a fairly sensitive subject when it comes to the luxury community, but more specifically the coach community. I'm speaking of the current rise of the faux employee influencer on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. It seems like Coach has tapped into a market where they can really manipulate its audience to a very startling degree. And not only that, but using such employee influencers has massive ramifications and really crumbles the social dynamic of what it really means to be a social media influencer. So I want to get really into this. I'm talking about people such as Bran, Katie, and Coach Mavericks, and a plethora of others. I'm actually a little concerned with the amount of these employee coach influencers that are just popping up out of absolutely nowhere, and we really need to talk about it. So let us just dive right in.
I've never seen anything like it. What is this world coming to?
Put them in a room, let them sit there and talk till they get it over with. 24 hours, 48 hours.
Now, y'all know exactly what time it is. It's time to get Percy. But before we really get into everything, I have to make a massive disclaimer. Before filming this video, I had just recently found out about something really awful that's been happening within the Lux community. Again, specifically the coach community. There is a really big elephant in the room right now, and that is to do with online bullying as well as harassment. So if you don't know, there have been a couple creators within the coach community and Lux community who have had physical violence threatened towards them. They've been cyberbullied and they've been blocked out of communities. And before we hop into my video, I need to discuss this because if anything like this happens, this is not acceptable. This kind of behavior is unacceptable. We might have differing opinions, and let's say we don't have to like each other. But what we're not going to do is go out of our way to treat people in such a disgusting manner. We are not going to bully people. We are not going to make fun of people. I might have some really spicy, debatably negative opinions on today's subject. But before we hop into that subject, we needed to discuss that specifically because that is unacceptable. And this is in no way inciting any type of violence towards anybody. I want this to be more educational. I will have my heated opinions at the end. But with all of that finally being said, let us begin today's subject. The fake influencer. The rise of the coach employee influencer. Now, the reason why I call them fake influencers is one big reason. If you are an employee for a brand, you cannot be an influencer. So when you accept the job, let's say, I believe there's a few of these coach influencers that were actual influencers before they were offered jobs at Coach. And with that being said, you forfeit. You forfeit your title of social media influencer the moment you become an employee for a brand, because everything you say is now sponsored. You are a walking, talking billboard just for the company. You cannot say anything bad about the company. And what ultimately happens is you end up lying to your audience, not only your audience, but yourself, because you just wanted to make a quick buck. So a difference between an influencer and an employee would be me versus Brand. Brand works for Coach. He cannot sit there and say he is an influencer anymore. He forfeits that the moment he decides to walk through that Coach door with his name tag on. He sacrifices that. And what's really funny is when you actually go into all of these posts, I mean all of them, every single one of them, they all say they are Coach employees. But one thing they are not saying is that this content is sponsored by Coach. And that is a massive, massive discrepancy that nobody is talking about. And I don't know why. There has been massive issues on YouTube and the generalized social media landscape due to false advertising, such as influencers, say like me, who take brand deals. Say if Coach gave me my Coach Dinky bag, they sent me this. And what was happening was nobody was disclosing that. Nobody was disclosing that they were being paid, that they were sponsored. And what I'm noticing now is even larger than that. Coach is hiring people under the guise of being an employee, and they are shipping these people out as social media influencers when that is not the case. These are sponsored people. These are sponsorships. This is not a, oh, you know, I go out of I'm buying your bags. These people are being sponsored. Everything that they say in their videos is not genuine to who they are as people. What they're doing is reading off a list of just things to say, things that Coach wants them to say, like it's beautiful, it's perfect, it looks like Linda Evangelista, it's a model. Oh, look, it's smiling. Your smile is beautiful. Did you stone those tights? That's basically what they are checked off to do.
Oh my God, they said so many things. Like
You're perfect,
some
you're
of them-
beautiful, you look like Linda Evangelista, you're a model. Everything about you is perfect. Did you stone those tights? Oh, you're smiling.
I know this because I was offered an employee job for Coach. I was offered that fake influencer employee position, and I declined because the moment I was told I have to say everything that they want me to. I cannot say a single bad thing about the brand. I knew I wasn't going to do that because I wasn't going to sacrifice my integrity and my love for my actual audience. I don't want to lie to you under the guise of getting a minimum wage job from Coach while just getting a discount on bags. Yes, employees get massive discounts on bags. But we're not going to talk about the employee discount. We're not talking about employee discounts today. But yes, they do get massive discounts. Again, I know this because I was friends with them. Anyway, when you do actually look at a sponsored Coach ad, these influencers aren't anywhere near it. I actually took screenshots of a Coach sponsored ad, and it had no interactions. It had minimal interactions, actually, and nobody commented on it. Nobody's seen it. So what that tells me is they're actually saving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by not paying sponsored ads on social media and just hiring a random person that will literally spit out whatever they want them to say. So they have figured this out. Coach has figured out, hey, our sponsored ads do not get interactions. They aren't making us money. These influencers are making money. So what are we going to do? We're going to hire these influencers. We're going to entice them with, you get 12 Coach bag discounts a year. there's random employee 90% off sales, and you can film our store, and you can grow a social media following. But what these influencers, these employees aren't telling you is that they can't say anything bad about the brand. They have to tell you everything's perfect. If something is not perfect, they can't tell you that. There is a reason for not sponsoring these. But at the same time, if you just sponsored them, you'd be a lot more transparent about what you're doing. And that is one big issue I have. Not a single one of these is sponsored. Not a single one. And that isn't right. These should all be sponsored. Every single one of these posts should say it's sponsored. As hard of a pill as that is to swallow, the moment you accept that employee job to your favorite brand, you sacrifice everything it means to be an influencer. Everything. And now most of you are probably thinking, okay, Scott, what's the big deal? They're just sponsorships. That's it. That's all. Well, there's actually bigger, larger ramifications than just simple sponsorships and lying to people. It affects me. It affects the real influencer that goes out of their way to purchase bags, give you honest opinions, and be an influencer. If you notice in all of these ads, they all give you a direct number to contact them. It does not say to DM them. It does not say to go to the store's page. They don't give you links. What they're doing, these employee sales associates, they're funneling all the traffic into them. And what I have noticed is whenever I try reaching out to my local SAs, let's say via Instagram, I have contacted my local Square One store manager for 2 to 3 years via Instagram. And the last time I went in there, she told me to my face, they're not allowed to respond or talk to people over Instagram. So now what I'm noticing is because they're just doing this whole social media employee influencer thing, it is completely screwing with how I have contact with my local coach reps. I can no longer just simply Instagram them and say, hey, do you have this bag in stock? I now have to go out of my way. I have to call them. I've got to play games to try and get a hold of them. And I don't think that's fair. I can only imagine what that does to the average customer, let alone an influencer such as myself. Someone that actually goes into their store and films their goods every release. That does not seem to matter to them. What matters to them is funneling traffic via text message. And I'm not understanding why, but the biggest thing I'm taking away from it is to destroy the real social media influencers' connections to coach. They're no longer going out of their way to contact and sponsor real influencers. All of Coach's attention has now moved to people like Brand, Coach Mavericks, all of that. But again, you're probably sitting there thinking, boo-hoo, go cry me a river, Scott. We don't give a shit. What if I told you they were creating a fake hype echo chamber within TikTok and Instagram, forcing bags to go viral via all of these employees? So you guys know the Empire Carryall went viral. A lot of bags go viral. That's because you have 50 different Coach employees posting at the same time about all of these brand new releases. Let's take into fact the Dinky. I started seeing sponsored ads by these Coach employees for the Dinky bag. And they're like, this bag is blowing up on social media. Get it before it's gone. It's blowing up on social media because 50 of you were just paid, not even paid, paid minimum wage to just post this shit online. So you're faking all of this online hype to sell bags. What is going on? I don't know about you guys, but all three of these things seem incredibly deceptive to me. You are lying about your employees being influencers. You are making it difficult for normal people to get a hold of people they've been getting in contact with for years. And you're faking all of this hype. And people are sadly buying into it. I've noticed it. I've been vocal about it. And I think it's finally time that we sit down and discuss all of this. Because this has massive ramifications. This changes how brands are now going to sponsor the regular influencer. They will no longer go out of their way to contact influencers like me, like purse bag behavior, like a change of the charm. Any one of us, we are no longer being looked at and sought after because they've already acquired some of what made Coach. They've acquired some of these employees and have now officially forced the real influencer out under the guise of these new influencers. Not to be mean, not to be nasty, but the moment you walked into that door as a Coach employee, you left your influencer bags at the door. You are no longer an influencer, you are a paid employee. So what I challenge you to do is to stop texting them. Stop feeding into the fake hype trains that they themselves are creating. Please do remember that if 50 Coach employees are telling you something is blowing up, something is going viral, it is not. That is them forcing it to go viral. That is them faking a hype train in order to sell bags that people might not actually want. Because remember, social media is incredibly, incredibly powerful. How many times have you been swayed by influencers to buy bags? By me. Really look into why you are wanting that bag. Did you want the bag because you just seen 50 employees post about it and tell you how perfect it is? Or did you want the bag because the first moment you seen it, you really did like it? I challenge you to find a balance. And I want to finish this video off by stating, because I have made this video, I know nobody else has. This is something I am doing from the bottom of my heart. I encourage not a single real influencer to copy this video, because if you do, that is not cool. That is really not cool. If you even remotely think about taking the idea, if anything, just share this video. Please. I watch you guys. Like, I know. You know what I mean? So please, do not do me dirty like that, like you usually do. Stop right there. Stop right there. I will personally start calling out names. We're not doing this. This is not okay. I would never sit there and take your video topic and create it for my own, because I'm not like that. Much like I would never become a Coach employee, because I do not want to sacrifice my influencer status. I respect my community far, far more than I respect a measly Coach discount. But before we hop into the outfit of the day and Kitty-licious moment of the day, if you guys love handbags, hauls, Coach, luxury, the whole lot of those, please hit the subscribe button if you are new. And if you guys enjoyed today's content, make sure you hit that like button, as it does help me know you enjoyed today's video. And it helps with that pesky YouTube. Ow. go. Rhythm. You can also check out the description box below for the 4 lucky links to my Instagram, Facebook, Discord notification squad, as well as a special link to my membership community, the Fabulites. So if you'd like to support me and the channel directly, you can either send me a very special super thanks donation, or join the ever-growing community of Fabulites. You got options. I love you all to the absolute moon and back, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!
I probably said this earlier, but you know, 100 people can be in a room and 99 don't believe in you. 99 don't believe, but all it takes is one. There can be 100 people in the room and 99 don't believe in you, and 99 don't believe in you, and just one does. There can be 100 people, 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 100.
I think it was good.
I'm done. No, show's over. Show's over.
See you next Taco Tuesday, bitch.